Today's hottest music, Hot 103, you're chilling with your boy Henry G on a Sunday afternoon. Of course, hooking you up all your favorite Latin, hip-hop, and oldies. Taking your requests and dedications as well, 541-1031 right now, though it's an honor to be joined by Lonnie Jordan of War. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Now, the show that I do plays Latin, hip-hop, and oldies, so I wanted to get your thoughts on the remaking and the sampling of the oldies by modern artists.
I think it's great. I think it's just another form of art. I also think that as far as hip-hop and rap, I think that that's another form of the blues during my time coming up, and when I was young. Blues and hip-hop and rap is basically, to me, the same, with the same messages and et cetera,
Right, now we still have a lot to talk about, including your memories out here in Las Cruces. I know you've been out here many times. We'll get into the stories behind some of your songs. But first, Don't Let No One Get You Down has been one of your biggest songs, most requested songs out here in Las Cruces. For all your fans out here in Las Cruces, would you mind giving us a story behind it and telling us how that song came about?
Well, actually, I wrote that song for myself because I was depressed I was depressed for a whole year. Personal thing, being young and having a lot of money at the time, but not being happy, in my personal life. And I just so happened to have been at my piano one day, and I wrote that song for me. It was actually a slow ballad. It didn't have any type of rhythm grooves to it or anything. It wasn't like bolero or anything like that. It was just, don't let no one. It was like real slow. No one, And so when I took it to the studio, the guys heard me play it, and then everybody just started, like a video, everyone just got on their instruments one at a time and just started playing. Papa D gave me the bolero beat, and then it went from there, and next thing I know, the tape was rolling. Back in those days, if you don't roll the tape, you lose it. So that's what we did, and it made me feel better after that, because when we started playing it on stage, people started requesting it and telling me their personal problems, towards the song. And I said, "Wow, then I didn't have a problem then." I said, I heard some problems for the reason why these people like the song. I said, "Okay."
Henry G here with you on a Sunday afternoon. Much more to talk about with Lonnie Jordan. Here, though, is War. This is Don't Let No One Get You Down, Hot 103. Today's hottest music, Hot 103. Your boy Henry G here with you on a Sunday afternoon, back with special guest Lonnie Jordan of War. Now, you've been out here to Las Cruces many times. Are there any stories or memories that you could share with our listeners about your experiences here in Las Cruces?
Oh, yeah. I have one that I will never forget, and that's the fact that, first of all, you grow nuts there, am I right?
Yeah, that's right.
Pecans. Well, let me tell you something. There was a fan. Well, there was this young lady. I forget their names, and I'm sorry I did, but I'm sure I'll see them again. Husband and wife. The wife, she made a pie for me, and she said, "Well, we grow pecans, and I said, "Yeah, I saw those trees on the way from the airport to the hotel." She said, "Well, I make the best pies in the world. I make pecan pie." And I said, "Well, I don't eat pecan pie, I never really liked it." And then she said, "Believe me, you'll like this." I said, "Okay." And she bought a pie that morning. I hadn't even had breakfast. She cut me a slice. I ate that pie, and I couldn't stop. And if I'm not mistaken, if I can remember correctly, I ate the whole pie. That's how good it was. And ever since then, I always loved pecan pie. She turned me on to pecan pie, where you grow pecan nuts. That was my biggest and my best memory, besides the fans enjoying the show in Las Cruces.
Now, last time I talked to you, you gave us a story behind Cisco Kid, which, of course, was from the TV show Cisco Kid. You've had me wondering, though, can you give us a story behind, we're about to get into your track, Spill the Wine with Eric Burden. How did that track come about?
Spill the Wine? Well, that's when Eric got with us. as the lead singer, we were trying to write a song together. And it just so happened that Eric and I got on a piano one night, and I was playing. I just said, "Well, Eric, you used to playing all this rock and roll and all this blues and stuff. Let's try something different, coming from how we like to do things." So I just played this Latin groove on the piano. And he said, "Can you remember that?" I said, "Yeah." So we went into the studio with it, and I said, "Okay, here it is, guys. We're going to record this." So we did. We recorded the track, and then Eric came in the next day, and he started ad-libbing some ideas down. And Eric was inside the isolation booth, which was the vocal booth. And as the track was being played, I walked in, and I was listening to him try to come up with something. He just couldn't come up with anything. And he had been in there a while. So, when I walked in, I had this bag with me. I was just getting ready to sit down and practically spend the night, and help him out and stuff. And I had this big bag of Gallo wine. and some Sparrow cups, which is bad to have in a studio. And I placed one of the Sparrow cups on the console, the recording board, which was a no-no back then, but I didn't know better. I was young and dumb and full of fun with an F. And anyway, I poured that wine into that styrofoam cup. And when I poured the wine in there, filled it up, I looked over at Eric while he was singing. So, as I was staring, I didn't realize what I was doing, and I accidentally overflowed the wine in it, and it fell over, and it all went into the recording board and fried the board out, and it started smoking. Remember, this was back in 1969. That's when we recorded Spill the Wine. I mean, it didn't come out on a record until 1971, but that's when we recorded it. Fried out the board and had to move to another room at that complex studio because of what I did. The rest is history.
And here it is. This is Eric Burden of War, Spill the Wine, Hot 103. Today's hottest music, Hot 103, Henry G here, back with you on a Sunday afternoon. Special guest Lonnie Jordan. Now, your guys' biggest song, definitely Lowrider. When did you realize you had something special with that song?
Man, we never realized it of any of our songs because it was all so different. We never really expected even for anything to even come out on the radio. So I guess the fans pulled it out of the DJs, and I guess we actually realized that when Cheech and Chong first played, they were the first to use our music on screen, which was the movie Up in Smoke. So that's when we realized that we had something, and from that time on, our song, that particular song, has been used in tons of movies and commercials, and it's just nonstop, and it still plays to this very day. Minus George Lopez show, but a whole bunch of other movies like Polly, whatever that movie is. There's a list. You can go online and see the list. But that song, Why Can't We Be Friends, Spill the Wine and Slipping in the Darkness, Don't Let No One Get You Down, I think is the most played in movies over a period of time. I would say from the 80s up to now.
Now, what would you like to say to all your fans out here in Las Cruces going through their daily struggles at the same time aspiring to reach their goals and their dreams?
Well, don't let no one get you down, and stay away from that dark road, slipping in the darkness. I can give you tons of my music, and take you to a better place, but just remember, it's not, you're not alone. The world is the ghetto. Now, if you want to come out of that, then you just have to stay positive. Get rid of all the negative thoughts. And if you want to reach the goal of whether it's a career move or whatever it is, if you feel like you're in a slump, change your lifestyle. That's what you do. And maybe move around somewhere else. Change your pattern, your lifestyle pattern. Change it. Because if you keep doing the same thing every day that's annoying you, then that's what it's going to be. It's going to be annoying. An annoying, everyday situation.
Lonnie Jordan of War, thank you so much for being a part of On a Sunday Afternoon right here with your boy Henry G, Hot 103 Las Cruces. Any last thing you want to say to your fans?
Yeah, well, stay up, stay happy, and I'll see everyone when we get in there to play some music.
That was Lonnie Jordan of War. This is War with Lowrider, Hot 103.